We're rolling.
Here we are.
Welcome back, everyone. Can't believe we've got this far.
I can't believe it.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but I'm in the fucking slot right now.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
in the
dialed.
slot right in your queue zone.
Yeah, I'm dialed.
We really should come up with an intro because
Our intro is no intro.
no intro. All right, we'll go no intro.
No,
but
this is the intro.
I like that.
I mean,
just
yeah,
random,
hey.
just random riffs.
We
from
just
the top.
start running it right away, and then
That's-
eventually
that's
we
Easton
segue
Bennett.
into it.
Yes, that's what I forgot to do last episode.
That's Easton
Welcome
Bennett.
back, everyone, to Three Dudes Podcast, episode 5. I'm one of your hosts, Easton Bennett. We got Liam Owens here to my left, and to my double left is Broden Wonderlick.
Look at him.
Thank you guys for
Look at
tuning in
that guy.
again. 5 episodes. You're
Thanks.
still here. This is somewhat of a miracle.
And we enjoy it.
We do enjoy it. We don't really care if you enjoy it, but we'd all like to enjoy it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for you guys, it's for us.
Yep.
we don't care about you guys at all.
We're this completely selfish podcast. A little bit what's new. I'm back from 2 Vegas trips, and we leave again tomorrow for season 3
And
of the
I'm
Vegas
just
trips.
a crap on the craps table now
Yep.
that I know.
We were upstairs actually before we started recording this, practicing craps a little bit, and we were hot. That's why Broden's in the queue zone.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm right there with you. I mean, I was up big money there.
Whole pod's
Fake
I-
money.
yeah,
Dude,
whole pod's up good, fake money.
I think I rolled for maybe 45 minutes.
In some craps tables in Vegas, they have a clicker to see how many rolls you've went for. That was somewhat of an incredible shake. You should have saved that for tomorrow, but we'll keep her flying tomorrow. A little knuckle action there. We're gonna get what's up with you guys. Actually, you're in Bismarck this weekend. A little softball action.
You know, it didn't go terrible. I mean, we're like top 8, so it could have been worse.
There you go.
Could have gotten worse. I realized how old I am.
Yep.
I mean, I
knees are hurting.
played. Dude, I woke up the next day. My back was so sore.
Have
Shoulder.
like your ass cheeks ever been sore from just moving? Because mine were.
Well, I was the 2014 twerk champion.
Really?
I could believe that.
No,
Yeah.
I
You see the
wasn't.
keister on the pal?
I wasn't.
I'm like that.
Runner up though. Runner up. We're gonna get into some comments. I got a couple comments from a couple different episodes because we missed a couple that I didn't see. So Taryn Albright says, "Solid episode. We went to San Haven one time at like midnight, and there was a small kitten bleeding from its eyes and mouth and ran at us.
Yep. I would have been praying to Jesus right there.
This is top 10 things I'd never
Please
ever
help
want to
me.
see.
Yeah.
Really?
Is that true?
Yeah,
Taryn?
wait a
Like,
minute.
is that true?
It's-
Because
he
if that's
commented.
true, like, I'm going to bless you with holy water because that's fucked.
You can't comment fake things. It has to be true.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
That would be kind
we'll
of
get him
terrifying.
on that if it's not true.
Maybe the cat just put in its contacts and its eyes were pretty dry though. We'll give him the benefit of the
or
doubt.
maybe it was a little bit high, a little red eye.
Yeah.
The cat
Cap
got
out the gummy.
cat got into a little bit of catnip.
I mean, are you not going to just scoop the kitten up and save it?
What
I
if
mean,
it's bleeding from its eyes? I'm going to say,
Oh,
get
yeah.
away from me, Satan.
how do you know it's bad? I mean, it's just a
Because
little.
it's
not
bleeding
gonna.
from its eyes.
It's just a kitten. It's not going to harm you. Just grab
yeah,
it
well,
and
what if
go.
the devil is in it?
Grab it and go. Any alive creature that's bleeding from its eyes probably
I will back
not
away from.
great.
There's a lizard that actually does that as a defense mechanism. I'm pretty
Bleeds
sure.
from its eyes.
Yeah,
Shoots-
no, it
shoots
shoots
blood from his
blood.
eyes.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's right. He's right.
I'm not fucking with you.
Me being the brain guy, back him up.
And
Yeah.
sells car insurance.
No.
no, that guy.
No, that one. If you had that in your backyard, probably would have tried to kick it as far as possible.
Oh gosh. We just did post the pet lizard clip actually. Yeah, that sounds horrible. I don't trust San Haven as a place. on
I
Earth.
didn't. I went there and pooped my pants.
I heard someone died in the elevator shaft. They fell
Yeah.
down the elevator
Yeah.
shaft and
Dude, like the story behind that is like they got pushed by like a demon. or
No.
something.
it's gonna feel
Yes,
like a
it
push.
is.
I'm not.
They're gonna lunge.
No,
it's
that's
gonna
like,
feel like
that's
a
like
push.
the story that they
Yeah,
send
the
out.
story. Yeah, of course.
It's
but-
called an
but-
urban legend.
Exactly.
We should do an episode on urban legends.
Actually, I just
or
got
wives' tales.
Cindy Nelson actually just slapped a few solid topics into the notes.
I saw those actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not
out
gonna
Sydney.
we're not gonna read them because they're pretty good, both of them.
Yeah, won't lie.
No, Sydney's good, and she's an avid listener. Like listens to every one of
Hey,
them.
we respect the avid
Yeah.
listeners out there.
Absolutely.
Love Sid.
Next comment. Great voice lesson says, "I like your show and presentation, boys. I worked in media. Lighting and resolution was a little off. should get a new job because this is my job.
I love.
You know
that.
what?
Thank
Let's
you.
just
Get
Thank
shit
you.
on, dude.
let's pretend like she viewed it wrong.
I worked in media. None of us ever did that.
I do currently.
Oh,
But
could have
yeah,
fooled me with the lighting in our last video.
Apparently, I gotta You know what? We're working with what we got. We got some lights pinned to the ceiling here. But you have a great set as a relaxed type of kickback environment, and kick shoes off is a good idea, as well as others do it. I think they're talking about this little boy in the corner.
Don't do me like
You
that.
mean Buddy dangling his feet
Because
there
I'm
from
sitting
the
in
high
the
chair?
corner with.
Last episode, you had your shoes kicked off on the floor with just straight socks.
Yeah, I'm comf.
Yeah, so that's got to be what she's. I'm comf.
Yeah, I'm sitting. Well, I don't have a choice back here, dude. I'm in the booster seat.
You
in the
put
back of
yourself
this
back
couch.
there.
We told.
Where else?
Oh, one of these spots.
Hey,
but
no.
But I don't want to be too close to you. I don't wanna be
We're
too close
not
to you.
ever changing.
I know it's.
We
wait,
can
it's
change.
too late
Here's what I
now.
told you. I said sit on like one side of the couch.
I don't want him that close to me.
You can sit that close.
That's
to
what
me.
I'm saying because
We
then
could
you
read the
start-
notes together.
I think back when we were in the coffee shop in Bismarck that one day, that was the ideal setup. We each had our own chair. We were close to each other. Coffee table in the center.
It's not comf.
I'm comf, bro.
I was
comf.
I'm so comf.
I'm more
I'm
than
in the
comf.
slot.
I'm tucked back here. This is phenomenal.
Tucked in.
But I look
what
like
are
a
you-
child.
Well, you are a child.
Yeah, that's true.
It makes the audience feel at home and welcomes them and helps ideas flow. It is proven. You all communicate well. We're fooling you because we are constantly trying to buy vowels from our producer so we can formulate sentences. Right? We got a new producer on the show, by the way, this episode. Our main producer, Nate's gone. So we have Presley over there. She's
Shout
probably,
out to
she might not
Presley.
talk, but if she wants to, she sure can. Hit that.
You're
forward
gonna
button.
have to, you're gonna have to step up.
Make yourself known.
Yeah, so we are 1 for 5 on guest producers already, and we've only been doing this for just over a month. But thank you, Kim. She put a heart with Kim at the end of it.
Aw,
Thank you,
Kim.
Love that.
You're too sweet.
Great voice lessons, though. We'll work on the resolution. We don't shoot this in 4K. Takes up too much space. Shania Klug. Logically, this is from the animals episode.
Mm-hmm.
Logically, insects are animals. They breathe oxygen and move around, and I am almost like 86% sure they also have sex. I would imagine they'd have to reproduce.
Yeah. What are
as
you,
well as
an oak tree. You just drop an acorn.
Oh
Like,
gosh, they're not moving though.
Thanks. What?
Oak trees,
What do
Yeah.
you mean they're not moving?
they don't pick themselves up and go reroot in a different yard.
Sometimes they do when they get blown over. So I picture that this weekend.
Was that the one that was tipped over in the?
Yeah, the one a tree tipped over and like just
Started
grew
coming up.
sideways.
Nature finds a way.
Resiliency.
Nature finds a way.
It's amazing.
It's resiliency.
Yeah, I'd say insects are animals. I guess it's a pretty loose term of
They
animals,
are.
but
But then why
They
do we-
are. Scientifically, they are.
scientifically? But we still classify them as insects, which just makes
They're
them,
in
it
the
just makes them
animal kingdom.
seem less of animals. When you say, yeah, it's
Well,
just
yeah,
an
they're
insect.
little dumb little bugs that are gross and you just squish them and stuff.
Steven Diaz, 31. This is the Gold Rush episode. This is wrong. There was 10 to 15 women. So we've got a couple comments about that, and we never said there were no women during the Gold Rush. We said most of them were men
We didn't ever
Which is
say
true.
women weren't a thing.
because we knew they were trying to get into clubs. Remember?
Exactly.
And I did some research, and they didn't get free cover.
Really?
I
They
didn't
were
do the
doing it wrong.
research. No,
Let me tell you, they were doing it wrong.
Yeah. I think they could have ran up some coin there.
they've been savages. Yeah. So we know there were a few women. 10 to 15 seems that's a lot lower than I thought it was gonna be. But then again, I don't know how many people were there. Just horrible ratio.
Wasn't
Not
there?
a great ratio.
No, not great. Thank you for commenting. Everybody commented. Comment more. We would love to read it. Hopefully get on the show. We're doing better about actually getting to the comments because we missed a few the first couple episodes because we were a little hectic trying to figure out what we were going to do for the show. But yeah, comment. We'll hopefully read your comment and go from there. We also want to provide value, and I don't think we did any of that with those 4 comments, but hey, we're here. Episode 5,
Which is?
the ocean. The ocean. I think it's the scariest place on Earth.
Maybe in the universe.
Space or the ocean?
What would I rather
What would you
die
rather
in?
be floating
I'd
around in?
much rather be in space.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree because the ocean,
Is
one, I don't like water really. I like about as much water around me I like is like a bath, maybe even a hot tub.
That's not
Yeah.
much at all.
it's not much, but it's the Q zone.
It is.
Yes.
Like, yeah, once you get to like bigger pools and lakes, it starts feeling
like
bigger
much
pools are
weird.
fine.
dude, even like Lake Sakakawea, when I'm out like in the bigger part of it, not like in just a bay, and it says like 190 feet of water, I'm like,
Is that really that fun? That's what I ask myself.
Well, I'm like, what's under me?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. There could be like some mermaids, water lizards.
Or like, yeah, Neptune himself with a pitchfork trying to stab my feet.
Neptune is not in Lake Sakakawea.
That's not a pitchfork.
Dude,
What was it
That's
called?
a trident.
A trident.
Yeah.
Brain
thank
guy.
you, yeah.
Brain guy.
I was going to get there. Give me don't give him the title that fast. But
Don't give it to Johnny.
speaking of space and the ocean, I'm pretty sure NASA used to be in charge of exploration of the ocean. I don't know if you have that as a bullet point on there.
No, because there's a few different, I didn't write it down actually, but when I was doing the research, it popped up a couple times. There were a few different groups that like are in charge of doing that. I don't even remember. One of them was like MVT or MMT or something like that. But I don't think NASA is actually in charge of it anymore.
Not anymore, but that's how they started.
Yeah.
That is a true statement.
They should. What if there's like they were shooting missiles in to the ocean? NASA.
Somebody definitely was.
Yeah, the North Koreans.
Well, that's not our fault that they suck at launching those. But
That's very true. How many oceans do you think their guys are? Do you think their guys are? How many oceans do you guys think there are?
There we
Is
go.
that the word I'm looking for?
proud of you.
That sounds better.
That was tough.
If I had to say, there is 1, 2, 6, or
Atlantic.
it's either 6 or 7.
It's neither. It's actually 4, but they just added one, so now it's 5.
I mean, they just added one.
They got together in their group board meeting and
Pacific.
they said, "Let's add that one."
Pacific, Atlantic,
Yep.
Indian,
Indian,
Arctic,
Yep.
and what is
That's
it like?
the 4.
Mediterranean.
That's the 4. What is there like a northern one now?
Sakakawea
Feels like
just
it.
added.
What is it? The Antarctic Ocean or something?
Yeah, actually the southern they call it,
Ocean.
but southern and then in parentheses says Antarctic as the 5th ocean. But not all the countries recognize it. Some of them are being stubborn.
Is that kind of like the whole Pluto ordeal?
I think it's people over 40.
Yeah.
I think it's people
gotta
over
be.
40 that just don't like change.
Just say,
And they're
not a
like,
chance.
4 oceans and Pluto's a thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
Pluto's. Yeah.
I don't understand why we wouldn't recognize Pluto as a planet.
Because it's smaller than the moon.
Too small. I don't get judging things based on their size.
Yeah. Hey, everything's
Yeah.
good enough. Okay. It's
I think-
plenty big.
It's
I think
It's more
Pluto.
than enough.
I think Pluto should be like, and I think there's a stand-up comedian that's a joke about this. Like, how can I go through my whole schooling thinking Pluto's a planet, and I get questions marked wrong for saying it's not, and then now it is.
Yeah, like how many times are we gonna go back and forth on that poor bastard? It's just like imagine Pluto like being like a person and it's just like, oh hell yeah, planet again, baby. I'm back, bitches. And then a year and a half later, it's like just depressed because it got demoted again.
You think Pluto was the last planet to get picked at the kickball game?
Yes.
They're like,
He had a weak foot.
They're like, like last planet, I guess we'll take Pluto. Jupiter's definitely going first, hey?
No.
No,
Saturn. It's got all those rings, baby.
that's true. It's like Saturn's the Bill Russell of kickball.
Exactly.
Speaking of
what I
that,
was going at there.
speaking of that, Bill Russell just died. So
Rest in peace.
rest in peace. They're retiring as number 6
Yep.
throughout the league. Largest of the oceans. So there's obviously we have established there's 5 oceans. Which one's the biggest?
Pacific.
Which one gloats about it? They probably it is the Pacific.
It's got a big head.
Probably gloats about it. Probably was
You could-
raised in like
you
a spoiled household.
You could pop that guy's head with a needle.
Pacific Ocean. It kind of even sounds like they would be kind of like full of themselves.
A little arrogant. Pacific Ocean. You think he is?
It's like, oh, I'm the
If
Pacific.
you look at the Pacific Ocean and you like humanize it, just describe it to me.
It's got a trust fund. Probably wears khakis that don't get to the ankles.
gated community.
Like a size too small too.
Yeah, born in Boston.
Oh
Oh, the worst.
Really perfectly
You just
wavy
put
hair.
him at the bottom of the totem
Yeah.
pole. That's like the worst thing that you
Not-
could have. Like
Not like Boston though. I think like I'm thinking like North Boston, like maybe like the Hamptons. Is that where the Hamptons are?
I,
Oh, you lost
I
me.
think.
This is the Google Maps guy. Let's
Hey.
see.
Hey,
Producer, we need to
Yeah,
figure out where the
where the
Hamptons
Hamptons
are.
are.
Google where
Get
the
off your
Hamptons are.
fucking phone and be a producer.
She can't be.
grief.
She can't be. We didn't even give her
Do you
what
know where we're
producer
no
doing right
laptop
now?
or nothing.
producer items are.
What would you?
Hamptons are in New York.
New York.
Hamptons are New York. So
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street. Why didn't we think of that?
that's the guy I'm thinking of. Saturn would be
Jordan
Jordan. Yeah.
I'd like to party
Yeah.
with Saturn then, I guess.
I'd like to party with Saturn.
We're talking about throwing
dude,
midgets covered in
if you
Velcro at a
partied-
Target. Now
if
we're
you
talking.
partied with Saturn, you would die.
You think?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
When's the last time you took a Quaalude?
I've never taken a Quaalude.
Exactly.
But I'm up for anything. I'll try anything once and
Hey, what
twice
doesn't
if I
kill you
didn't think
makes
it was
you-
that bad.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, pal.
Exactly.
Largest and deepest ocean of the world's ocean bases, covering approximately 63 million square miles and containing more than half of the free water on Earth. And it's
One ocean, more than half.
that's so the Pacific has a monopoly on the rest of the ocean market.
Mm-hmm.
That is ridiculous. Dude, I read somewhere that if like you were in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, there's a spot where like if you were stranded, you would be more than 500 miles from any spot of land.
At what point do you throw up when you find that out when you're sitting out there?
I threw up when I found it out sitting on my house.
It's like a floating bottle comes up to you, you read it, and it's like you're more than 500 miles away from the
Yeah.
nearest coast.
Dude, 500
I'm fucked.
miles from land.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
a lot
just
of
deep
miles.
water below you and
Eh.
just stuff maybe trying to eat you.
You better hope you're Michael Phelps.
You better
You better hope whatever you're sitting on doesn't sink.
Yeah.
What if you're sitting on Michael Phelps?
Is that like that David Hasselhoff and SpongeBob movie?
Oh yeah.
Puts him in his chest and just fires him back down.
If I'm sitting on Michael Phelps in the middle of the ocean, I think he
still
might be
gonna-
able to get me back to shore.
Nope.
I don't think so.
500 miles?
Yeah.
Does he have
I
floaters?
couldn't walk 500 miles.
What about? Well, yeah. Dude, what if Michael
Talk about
Phelps has?
swimming.
What if he has flippers on?
Even like still.
He's the greatest swimmer ever.
It's 500 miles.
That's a lot of miles.
Dude, think about walking it and then think about swimming it.
Think about driving it.
Driving it might be worse.
500 miles. What is it to Fargo?
It's like 400 and some miles. To
No,
Fargo.
it's like
Less than that.
less. It's like 260, 270. I think because Grand Forks is 200.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking about Minneapolis. It's like 400 miles to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Not Fargo.
So Michael Phelps, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
No, you need Dash from The Incredibles. You
That'd be
remember
cool
that
show to
scene?
put
Yeah.
on. Cool show to put on Discovery Channel.
How
Like you
far-
just wow. We had a burp cam.
That came from down under, man. That was a belch. That felt good.
Jesus.
Fargo to Miami's 260
We're
miles.
just
268 miles. Next time you talk into that, hit your little right below the 4. Hit the mute button and then talk into that mic so the people can hear you. You see it? Well, if you're gonna be the producer, you gotta.
better figure it out.
We're
quick.
arguing with the producer for those of you guys
Presley,
listening right now.
You're either all in or you're all out. And you're already halfway in. So
Here's a cool fact. All of the world's continents could fit into the Pacific. Pacific.
shit.
I don't even want to be friends with the Pacific.
No.
It's like the Pacific would be like minus 350 betting favorite.
yeah. That
Ocean.
all so you said all of the world's continents. So all of the land
Yeah.
on the earth
could go in all
is
of the
smaller
water.
than the Pacific Ocean, and that's just one of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 of 5. Yeah.
We're fucking
1 of 4.5.
doomed.
Not every country recognizes the 5th ocean yet.
Okay, well, it's not our
Even
fault. They're
still,
dumb.
Yeah.
the water's still there.
Yeah,
you don't
like-
have to, you don't. I don't give a shit if you recognize it or not. I mean,
It's yeah.
you don't have a choice. It's still there.
Yeah.
That's like
but
saying-
I feel like they just took a slice out of the pie and they're like, we're gonna rename this chunk.
They just want to be like original, you know.
Yeah, it's like if someone comes to my house and like puts a shack up in the front yard and then like draws a circle around a 14 by 14 foot area, and then like
I'm
this is
with
my
you.
this is my property.
Yeah.
I'd
That's
say
like
you're
if
still in my yard.
If somebody were to just walk up like and just like be smart and just say 2 is not a number anymore. Well, it definitely is.
Yeah.
You're just dumb.
It's just people that don't recognize it.
Yeah.
Oceanography, what is it?
Study of the ocean.
Yep, the branch of science that deals with the physical and biological properties and phenomena of the sea.
Talk about a layup there.
Talk
Couldn't have
about
made that any easier for me. Thanks for making me look good.
yeah. These are resume clips here.
Yeah.
Talk about a boring thing to go to school for.
Oceanography? Absolutely not. You kidding me? You know how
It'd be so-
fascinating that shit is? Do you know
Yeah,
how
that's
much there
actually
is
probably
left to discover of the ocean?
95%.
Everything. Exactly.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Yeah.
Exactly.
Only less than 5%. So more than 95% of the ocean is yet to be discovered.
But like, here's what I'm saying. If you're an oceanographer, what are you going to school for? I feel like your job is what you're going to school. You should learn.
We can't even develop the right kind of equipment to study the rest of the ocean because it's so deep. I don't know if we have yet to reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
We do.
We have. And that's what we're going to talk about later. But
I figured that would be a bullet point on it.
Save that.
Thank you.
Save whatever's in that brain of yours.
Yep.
For minute 48 of this pod.
Got it locked in.
So basically, all you need is a bachelor's degree in oceanography. They're called oceanographers. And
Congrats, I guess.
not many of them in North Dakota.
I imagine not.
We're the middle of the continent, pal.
Yeah. They make about $92,000 a year.
Good for them.
Yeah, it's not bad actually
enough.
for just studying the ocean.
Yeah.
I wonder how hard it is.
I wonder how scary it is. Like, do they have to go down there?
No.
I would say no.
I would
say
definitely
James.
not.
I'd say the only person that does that is James Cameron.
But that's the bottom of the Marianas Trench. But like the bottom of the ocean. Like, I mean, I'm just talking like the middle of like.
Well, I was in the bottom of the ocean when I was in LA standing on the beach. I just looked down. It's the bottom of part of it.
What are you
Have
talking
you
about?
ever been kicked?
If I'm standing on the beach
Go
in
ahead.
3 foot of water,
Okay.
and I look down and my feet touching
Dude,
the ground,
Okay.
that's the bottom of that part of the ocean.
I am not talking about
Shut up.
like the bottom of a trench or like the bottom of 4
The
feet
ocean.
into the ocean. I'm talking like you just go out and like you
Deepest
pick a
point.
spot and like, hey, we're going down here.
I don't think oceanographers have to. I don't think
I
that's.
bet they do.
You think they have to?
No.
Oh, you think they do it?
I'm saying like, yeah, like
Yeah.
they'll probably
Some
go
of them.
50 miles offshore or something like that. And they'll just be like, we're going to go down here today. We're going to see what kind of life is down here. What's growing at the bottom of this and like what kind of sediment, what, bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Like, stupid shit that like you wouldn't care about, but they do.
If I was that, I wouldn't even want to do all the boring shit, like the fish that look normal. I want to go to the scary stuff and study that. You know what I mean? Because what do I want to go look at? Like, what's a boring fish?
A tuna.
Do I want to go look
It's
at
a
tuna?
Giant tuna.
A giant tuna, no. But
Full grown 800-pound tuna? You lose that battle.
You lose that battle.
9 times out of 10. That didn't go the way you thought it would, did
We
you?
got a taste.
Now we have a
We
taste
like
for lion.
lion.
And we
Uh,
like it.
That'll be on our movies episode.
God.
But yeah, I mean, I want to go learn about the crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. The fact,
Like the
fact that-
giant octopus.
yeah, like that life can survive that deep, and they basically survive just off of
I think it's because they don't get.
carcasses.
I think it's because there's not enough government structure down there for them to.
Government structure. What are you talking about? Like the White House?
Like coral reefs.
Yeah, like they don't have to pay taxes, or
That's a stupid. We're
Get
the
bullied.
smartest people, or like the smartest things on the planet, and we pay somebody else to live, just to live.
yeah, but like they live long.
An octopus doesn't pay somebody else to live at the bottom of the ocean.
and probably lives longer than us.
It probably does because it doesn't have to worry about. I don't have to pay back taxes this year.
Do I have enough change to get my Burger King today?
And we're the smartest things on the planet. Apparently,
Well, we are
are we? Because we came up with that.
in terms of
No, we didn't come
in
up
terms
with that.
of creating
We as a
something to.
collective.
Someone else came up with how can I shaft these poor people? You know what? I'm going to make them pay taxes for the rest of their life.
Yep.
I'm going to make them pay to live
But like, imagine being an octopus and not having to mow your lawn.
because they live in the ocean. There's no lawn.
There's seaweed.
They eat it.
So I should just go eat. My
Are
grass.
you sure?
Go eat my
Maybe
grass.
you should start eating your grass.
Benny
Save
just
a
turns
fortune.
into
Get rid of
a
this shit.
Fortnite llama and starts just.
I mean, that was just an example, but like, they don't have to make dinner.
No,
Oh, but they have to catch it.
Yeah.
I guess that's one plus side we got is we don't have to go out and catch our dinner every night.
They don't have to go to like family birthday parties.
Some of us just get it delivered to our house.
could you imagine that getting dinner delivered to your house?
Yeah. Yeah, I could. It happens to me.
It does. Yeah.
About once a week.
Yeah. How simple is life?
Pretty simple, actually. I'm almost on octopus level.
You're getting there.
You could never be on an octopus level.
Some crazy ocean stories. The ghost ship Kaz II was a 3-manned ship that left Australia in 2007. Then they found the ship drifting away, motor still running, a powered-on laptop, and a table completely set. So like a
Dinner table.
ding ding, yeah, dinner
Plates, cups.
table. The only
knives.
thing missing was the crew. They just weren't on the ship.
Really? Motor running, Laptop on?
Laptop powered on, table set, crew gone. Forever.
And that's all they know about it.
Wait, where was this?
just off the coast of Australia, 2007.
That seems about right. That seems about par for the course for Australia.
Life down under seems difficult.
7. I mean, that's awfully. I feel like that's awfully recent. I feel like we should have enough technology to figure out what the hell happened.
Do you think they just went for a dip? So yeah, they found him. I don't know if they just went for a little dip.
No. What do you mean?
What do you? Yeah.
They're just on the edge of the
What do
boat
you
and
think
they
happened to
decided, no one's.
You think it was probably a three-way suicide?
Just a giant prank or something.
A little triple suey.
Oh, like from Family Guy when Peter disappeared and Lois remarried everything, and then he came back or no, he didn't come back. He was on a castaway island.
I just don't know.
You don't remember that episode?
No, I don't.
I won't get into that box of frogs then.
That'd be great.
I'll kill you.
I don't think our fans. We're maybe going too
some-
deep in the references. They're like,
Yeah.
God, what's going on this?
How many
pod?"
people were on the ship?
3. It was not. It wasn't a ship. It was literally like the size of like smaller than this room we're in.
Yeah.
Like it was like a sailboat type thing
Oh.
with two pontoons.
aliens.
And
That's the only explanation for everything ever.
Nah, no.
No.
you think they tried to swim back to shore?
I don't know why they would if they're already on a boat.
Maybe there's just a big old wave that came over the top, and they were like, "Watch out, shark!"
But it couldn't be a wave because then the boat wouldn't be perfectly staged.
Yeah.
Underneath, it might be.
It's not an underneath boat, Broden.
You said sailboat.
You mean
A
a
lot of
submarine?
sailboats
And
have
underneath?
It's
have
like
a below deck little spot.
it's almost like one level above a canoe with a hole in it. Like it's like an 8x8
You know this for
square.
a fact. Like you talked to
I
him?
saw the picture of it when I did the research.
Listen, if you're talking about a boat that has an area to dine, you can imagine there's a lower level to it.
It's not a five.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's not a 5-star restaurant on this boat. It's
Doesn't
literally
have to
like I saw the picture of the boat.
Okay. So
It is.
So explain the boat to me if you saw it, because I didn't.
I'm trying, and you keep telling me you're on the SSR Titanic or whatever that boat was called.
See, I asked you to explain it, and you're just being dumb.
Here it is, an 8x8. You know how big 8x8? Let's say cornerback couch,
64
cornerback
square
square.
feet.
First of all,
Yes.
an 8x8 is a square.
They don't make boats out of squares.
Okay. 8x12. God, twist my arm here. 8x12 boat.
Kind of a rectangle.
It's got under it, on each side, under the boat, is 2 big pontoons. You've seen a pontoon before, yeah?
been on a couple.
On one side of the 8x12 ship is a steering wheel with a little rounded hood to sit at. We need to stop the belching on the show.
I'm out of the. Yeah, I'm out of the.
No, you're not. We can hear it. That means they can hear it.
I can hear it loud and clear, pal.
And then,
sitting right next to me.
and then there was a bench. I can't. There's no way people listen to this episode. There's a bench on the back, and then in front of that was like a table with like stuff on it. And then
Dinner.
like one sail,
Cutlery and all that.
cutlery and plates. I'm sure. Anyways,
Just put silverware.
we're moving on to the next.
No plates.
Now that we've gone full circle, that we know that there was dinner cutlery set out. Yeah, no.
We're moving on
And
to
they
the next
vanished.
story. The real.
What do we got?
And they vanished.
The hash slinging slasher.
What else you got for us?
the downfall of the pod. This is the ocean episode. The real Atlantis.
My
The
God.
real Atlantis. I didn't really have much info on this, but I think it's fun to speculate.
What?
The real Atlantis.
Like from the movie? The Disney
Oh
movie?
my god.
I don't know. It's a big
Are you
city. It's a
brain
big.
dead?
It's a big
Have you
underwater.
never heard the legend of Atlantis?
Shut up. The Disney movie.
Oh man.
No?
Is based off like a true
Yes.
theory.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because you were talking over there like you had never heard about this shit.
Dude,
This
I
is-
love Greek mythology, first of all.
It's crazy because they said that it has been discovered right off the island of Delos in Greece.
So like Mediterranean?
You're gonna ask me geography questions. It's gonna take a slippery slope down towards where we don't want it to be.
Where is the Mediterranean Sea, Benny?
Not even an idea.
Are
Mediterranean.
you serious?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you either.
Where's Mesopotamia?
You're the
Is a better
globe.
Mesopotamia? Middle East.
Where's the Middle East?
It's
could
like
do this all
present
night.
day Iraq.
Where's Iraq? I could do this all.
The Middle
day.
East. I don't know how else to explain it to you. Like, it's like if you pick up your left hand and I tell you that's your left, I don't know how else to explain it to you.
I'm not good with geography. That's like my worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's bad.
I'm pretty sure I just learned where New Mexico was like a few weeks ago.
Anyways, I like to think this is where Neptune and his trident are.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think about that too.
I think mermaids are real.
Dude, like you can't rule them out.
You really can't, man. You can't rule anything with 95% undiscovered.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like, ooh, well,
I don't know.
we only know less than 5%. So can you truthfully look at me in my eyes and tell me that's not a real thing in the ocean?
Such a weird build, though.
Can't.
How?
How is it a weird build?
No, how did that happen?
Mermaid?
Yeah.
Human sex with a fish.
No,
Had to be something.
don't think so. No, don't think so at all.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I would hope so.
So
No,
I heard
Somebody's
Well,
down
if a
bad.
mermaid's half human, bro.
they don't say it's
Exactly,
half-human,
that's
it's
what
just
I'm saying.
humanoid.
Like it,
So like an alien in the
that
water.
could not be more mythological. Is a mermaid.
So I read somewhere that mermaids were first thought to be a real thing because of like manatees.
Mm.
You know what a manatee looks like, right? Or
Yeah,
like
huge.
a sea lion kind of type
They're
deal.
they're giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're giant. But like when
They're gray.
people would, sure.
How do you mix them up?
It's ridiculous. How do you mix them up? What do you mean?
Well,
Like
when you're
You look at a manatee and you go,
you,
might be
you put
human.
them each under a cup and you do the 3-card Monty, and then you lift them
well,
up.
just knowing Liam,
Okay.
if Liam was stranded at sea for like almost a year at a time, and he looked at a manatee and was like, just daydreaming.
We're not going here. We're not going here. I know
Let's
this.
go. All right, anyway.
We're not going here. Let's go.
I'm
That
not
looks
down that
close
bad.
enough.
It's-
Let's talk about the HMS Daedalus, Daedalus Sea Serpent. So this is supposed to be a 100-foot long snake with a dragon head. Spotted
Darkness?
for 20 minutes by a Royal Navy ship,
No thanks.
warship. They tried to follow it, but lost it into the ocean.
We're talking about the Loch Ness.
No,
He said what it was.
it's a sea serpent.
Maybe it's got a different name.
And then it was spotted a second time by an American brig, Daphne, who even
Scooby Doo's.
shot at the creature and tried to follow it, only to lose it at sea. And scientists say it was just a whale. How do you mix up a giant sea serpent with the dragon head with the whale?
How long did you say it was?
100
actually,
feet.
Oh my god.
so when the whale's tail breaches the water,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is. They think that it takes the shape of something else than another is.
But a whale's tail is pretty defined as like the backside of a goldfish cracker.
I mean, but like, how long ago was this?
I was on this website. I didn't put it down. I think it was in late 1800s, early 1900s.
So yeah, I mean that's well before we knew what goldfish looked like.
We haven't even
No, I'm
invented
just-
the
I
graham
know.
cracker yet.
I'm just giving a visual to the listeners of how
I could.
it looks like the Shell gasoline logo,
right, but like I could see how like
That's a clam.
but the shape of a clam is a whale's tail. I would
Actually, the shape of a clam
is a
clam. Actually,
say. But
come
how would
on.
you describe a whale's tail without saying a whale's tail?
It's
What
got
item are you using to describe it? A reference.
Oh no! Oh man,
Shell logo.
dude.
boy, now you got me
No,
there.
I'm not saying the shell logo.
Definitely
I'm not
not.
going to say a whale's tail looks like a clam shell.
With a stem.
Not even.
with the stem.
But like, yeah.
What
no.
do you? Have you ever seen one?
If you put a clamshell on top of a baseball bat and held it like this out of water,
No, because one of them is like
It would look
Never
tiny.
seen
one of the clamshells
like
like
this
rounded at the top, whereas like the whale's tail has like a little indent right at the apex.
so okay, so I take the clams and I hammer the middle of it with a.
Yes,
An
I get.
anvil.
Yep.
I'll
But
break
it's
it.
similar.
It's better. It's better than what you were going for originally.
I'm just saying you can't mix that up with a 100-foot serpent with a dragon head.
100
Yes,
years
you
ago,
can.
yeah, you could.
Yeah, those guys were delusional. They got on those boats and they only drank ale for the next 7 weeks.
Yeah.
They did not have an ounce of water.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
And they had
I'm
so much
telling you
around 'em.
that a whale tail would breach the surface and they would think that it was something else.
Have you ever seen a whale?
I haven't in person, no.
Yeah,
Me
not in
neither.
person, but I've seen videos of like people paddleboarding and a whale comes up like 20 feet from them and they go, I'm going to make my peace with God right now.
No.
So
Those things are huge.
that's a big snake.
Yeah.
It's a big snake.
I say, I'm going to tell people about this. I'm going to tell all my friends that was a snake.
Yeah, I'm going to tell. Yeah. That was a water dragon.
What'd you see out there? A big snake. What did it have? Dragon's head. Anything else? Nope.
I pooped myself.
It was 100 feet long.
Really loud.
Really loud. Yeah. It told me I'm not a whale.
Told me.
The Phantom Island of Bermuda. Bermuda was found on several maps and pause.
Mm-hmm.
Bermuda was found on several maps and charts throughout the 16th century to the present. However, when recent surveyors went out to explore the area in 2009, the island had mysteriously vanished.
The glaciers are melting.
You think it's just a big ice land?
No, it could have been like an island a while ago, but maybe it's only like 20 feet above sea level. And, you know, with all like,
Oh, you're saying it went under.
it went under.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying it's there, but they missed it.
Bingo.
Floated right over it.
It just got sunk like the Titanic. Like, I don't know how else to explain it.
So do you think the people that are smart enough to go look for an island thought that maybe Broden Wunderlich, what you thought, they think maybe it sunk?
Well, I didn't tell them, so probably not.
But I'm thinking, do you think they just went and they're like, it's gone? Or do you think they're these smart
vanished.
people that are going to look for a vanishing island were like, could it be under us?
Maybe let's bring
man.
a depth finder and see if it's not 10
Yeah.
feet below us.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Right on
man.
top of it.
Some smart people are really dumb.
Yeah, they're book smart, but they're not like they're not like ocean smart, like
They're
water
not.
smart.
Yeah, like they don't have common sense. A lot of them, I could say.
Yeah, I get that. I think they're gonna hate hearing that. The people I know, I invited all the oceanographers to listen to this episode.
Truth.
I'm sure they're going to
hurts.
tune into it.
Conspiracy theorists believe that the U.S. government blew up the island to expand the U.S. hold on oil-rich Gulf.
I don't know why. we need
That
to do
seems
that.
far-fetched.
Why
Blowing up an island?
Far fetched. I don't know, man.
I bet we'd say it
I've-
just to find out what kind of power we got.
Yeah,
Oh, like we're gonna blow this thing up just to see if we can blow it up?
Mm-hmm.
maybe. I don't know. But like, I feel like a lot of people say, like, oh, they wouldn't do that, but they'd probably do it just because you don't think they would do it. You know what I mean?
When people don't think you're gonna do something, that's the perfect time to do it.
Exactly.
Like leave a bar without telling anyone goodbye.
Dude,
Oh,
the
old
Irish
Irish
goodbye
man
is
love doing that.
undefeated.
It is. It's probably top 3 play.
Well, you have to do it because for me personally, I mean, at the end, every single time I go to say goodbye to any, like the group of people that I'm there with, like, don't stay here, have another one, huh? Come on, stick
Or-
around. And I go, all right. fine."
Or you try to leave and like you just end up saying goodbye for like 40 minutes because you see so many people.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a classic move. I go rock a piss and I immediately head to the door.
I don't think you guys have the spine to tell your friends I'm leaving.
I do. That's what I just said. I said,
I will
I'll tell people I'm leaving, and they go, no, don't leave. You gotta hang out for a little while longer. And I go, no, because I have to wake up at 5 in the fucking morning to go to work.
Yeah, but then there doesn't seem to be a problem. But the problem is when they say that and you're like, fine. And you cave like a cheap lawn chair, you fold.
That's why I Irish goodbye.
So you don't have to deal with them.
Yes, you just say, all right, I'll just go take a piss. I'll be right back. And then next thing you know, you're in bed.
Yeah, nothing bad.
Where'd Broden? He's in his bed for the last 20 minutes.
That's the funny part is when I get multiple text messages. Where'd you go? Gone.
Outside.
I'm actually at home.
This
See you later.
starts day one of the longest game of hide and seek ever.
Yeah.
Some fun ocean facts. Ocean covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface.
Common fact.
Very common. That's probably top. That's the number one fact. If someone's like, give me an ocean fact.
Yep.
Yep.
About 94% of the Earth's wildlife is found in the ocean, which I think is what makes it terrifying.
Definitely.
Are you gonna go piss right now?
Two Dudes podcast. Yeah, we should have pissed before this.
We'll pause.
My
We'll
fault.
pause on the ocean.
What do
facts.
you mean we should have pissed?
This is ridiculous.
We did
right now. This
piss.
episode is a
You
goddamn
didn't.
catastrophe right now. That's why I think, yeah, I don't know where we're at. We just cut because Liam's ridiculous. The sun is what makes the ocean blue. Do you guys know that?
The sun or the sky?
The sun. What?
Because I've been led to believe through
False
researching
sources.
classes
False sources, it sounds like.
that the ocean is blue because the sky is blue,
Why is the sky blue?
because of the ozone and the
Sun.
molecules in it.
The
The sun's fucking orange, pal. You can tell me the ocean's blue because the sun's orange?
yeah. The sun in the, or the,
Whoever told you that, dumb.
I Googled it.
Dude, Google,
Doesn't lie.
dumb.
Bro, here, I'll
Dumb.
give,
Right.
I'm gonna
Dumb.
give you the
It's
facts.
Dumb.
Quite a statement there.
Are you guys ready to be just blown out of the water?
Yes, I
Blown
am.
out of
Please
the
tell
ocean?
me
Okay.
how I am stupid. Please blow me out of the water.
The sun is what makes us blue. Okay. The ocean looks blue because red, orange, yellow, the long wavelength light.
It's Roy
Wow.
of the Roy G. Biff.
Yeah.
We're getting so technical here. The red, orange, and yellow long wavelength light are absorbed more strongly by water than blue is, the short wavelength light. So when white light from the sun enters the ocean, it is mostly the blue light that gets returned. Same reason the sky is blue. Suck me $5,000, please. Don't know why the money, but I would
I
like
didn't
it.
doubt you and bet it against you at all. I was just
I'm
sitting
still
here.
doubting you.
So what would you like to respond to that, brain man?
I would like to say it's blue because the sky is blue, first of all.
Why is the sky blue?
Why is the sky blue?
Just told you. So I could repeat it if you'd like.
Because the sky is blue.
Maybe it's choking.
No, the sky's blue
Face is
because
red
of the
blue.
different
You know, your face
the
gets blue when
molecules
you
in
choke.
it reflect a different color. Dude, if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you square in the nog.
I can't handle it.
You just
So
gotta
sorry.
stop.
Just want
turned.
to apologize to our listeners.
I turned.
Unless you like that if you like Liam belching, tell us,
Ugh.
and we will never have him belch again.
Let's hear
because
about
that's
it.
gross.
Let's hear about it in the comments.
The loudest sound ever recorded was made by an iceberg, 1997. The sound was recorded and named the bloop.
That's it.
It was said to
bloop?
be heard from more than 3,000 miles away.
Holy
What a-
shit!
What a mediocre name for the loudest sound ever recorded.
3,000 miles away. Oh,
It's
the bloop.
called the balloon.
What do you want to call it? I don't know. The bloop?
Just a bloop.
Yeah, I should do it.
Nothing crazy.
Write that down.
That is nuts. 3,000 miles away, you hear the loudest sound ever, and you're just like, yeah,
What'd that sound
whatever.
like?
Bloop.
Kind of sound
Just
like
a
a
little,
bloop.
What
just
about
a little pocket fart.
what about the shot heard around the world? That one had to be pretty loud. I mean,
If it's heard around the world,
yeah, pretty serious. I mean, that's
So-
probably more than 3,000 miles.
you're in Sweden and you hear it in Boston, you're like, what's that noise? Is
The hell?
that a musket?
Yeah. Someone fighting tyranny? Someone standing up against patriarchy right now? What's going on here? Shot heard around the world.
Someone fighting tyranny right now?
Something's loud.
Did they pinpoint the location that that little shit came from? That little bloop that didn't
Of the
mean
bloop?
nothing? Yeah.
Iceberg.
They did actually. I don't know where. I didn't get that far into it, but they did.
Hey, producer, where'd the bloop come from?
Pinpoint the bloop.
Oh, figured out.
90% of the Earth's volcanic activity happens in the ocean.
Yep. Tectonic
Beautiful.
plates.
I hate that. I hate that that's a fact because it's kind of like the Bluetooth we talked about
Ring
last.
of fire.
How the hell does that even? It's water.
It's the
fire
ring of
underwater.
fire.
It's closer to the core of the earth.
So,
there's
the Ring
tectonic
of Fire
plates.
is this series of tectonic plates that like kind of all make a ring in the Pacific from like Alaska to Hawaii to Japan.
Is this what Johnny Cash was talking about?
Mhm.
No, that guy was talking about casinos
Hmm.
because his name's Cash.
Johnny Casino.
Johnny Casino. But no, it's like this series of tectonic plates where you know what tectonic plates are, right, Benny?
Yes.
Okay,
Good.
And
so
they hit each other and make
yeah,
comments.
they go under each other or over each other or
They go down
into
on
each other,
and then
yeah, or down, up, whatever,
Mhm.
and all that.
it's kind of like a
The
steel
meaning
cage.
of that shit
Mhm.
underneath it is all the magma and lava, whereas
But what I hate about that is that it's underwater. It shouldn't be hot.
it's very
It's
hot.
closer to the core of
It's
the earth.
so hot.
But waters in the
Wat-
ocean should be cold.
So yeah, down there, water is like really cold,
Yeah, if there's
but the earth down there is hotter than the water is cold.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about miles.
Why do you say that like you don't believe what we're saying right now? That doesn't make any sense.
I know, but it's like Bluetooth. Like Bluetooth is stupid in my brain for me to even think about.
I think it's just beyond your comprehension is why you're saying.
No,
that.
I can comprehend it. I just don't.
I don't
like,
think you're comprehending it because you're talking about it like it's fugazi.
a little bit.
Exactly.
But
That's what
it's
I mean.
not.
It's not. It's true, man. What do
Oceans
you
of-
want from me?
Ocean's a fug. The Great
Oceans
Barrier.
of what?
Fugazi.
Okay.
Fug.
Oh.
The Great Barrier Reef in Australia can be seen from the moon, which I also think is fugazi.
Hold on.
It's not.
Presley's
Here we
got it
go.
here. Where's the bloop?
You got talking to the mic,
The
darling.
bloop,
Right there.
Nope, the other mic.
There it is. We're teaching her.
the bloop is from an Antarctic glacier.
Yeah. Did they
Antarctic.
pinpoint it?
Thought
Did
we
they know where it
covered
was
that
at?
already.
Antarctic
Nope.
means the south.
So they did
the
not.
southern pole.
So they didn't find it. I lied. That's such a stupid name. They should rename that. Can we
The
start a
bloop?
petition to rename
Talk
that?
about it like like the hammer of dawn or something.
That was Broden's baseball nickname.
You need to maybe move on from that right now.
The bloop.
The chin runner.
The chin runner. That was actually his real
Hey.
nickname.
I know.
Let's stop before I hurt you.
Do we think the Great
Try.
Barrier Reef, though, can actually be seen
3
from the
for
moon?
59.
2 Grand Slams.
One game.
2 grand slams in one game. And another home run in another.
Yeah, immediately after the following game. And then nothing productive after that.
So
Anyway, I think for sure the Great Barrier Reef could have been seen from space at one point, but maybe not anymore because we haven't been.
We
looking
haven't been
from there?
too. No, we haven't been.
No, we've been
too
killing it.
kind. Yeah, we haven't been too kind to the ocean.
Ocean's fucked.
Do you
and
think
the
they?
environment.
Do you think when we landed on the moon in 19 whatever, that's
69.
they saw it, they looked and they're like, shit, there's a Great Barrier
Well, I
Reef.
know
No.
you can see the Great Wall of China from space.
That's fugazi too.
That's
I think.
not fugazi.
I think I saw a debunking of that.
No, I think that as long as you're in space, you could be super close to Earth, but you could still be classified as in space and then see it from space.
If I'm in a hot air balloon, am I in space?
No,
Depends on how high you are.
they say it's about 50 miles up.
To be in space
Yes,
at all?
yeah, dead serious.
Should.
That's not even that much.
It's
Planes go
not
like,
that much.
Planes go like 6 miles in the air.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot closer than you think it is, but it also at the same time it's a lot further than you think it is.
Yeah. It is estimated that there are more than
Yeah.
3 million shipwrecks on the ocean floor.
Yeah. I believe that.
Ugh, that's terrifying to me.
That's why I don't ever want to go on a cruise ship or some shit.
I'm so scared of ships underwater that no one's in.
I think
or
that
just
is
ships
so
on
cool.
water. I'm scared of them. I don't want to be on them.
I don't
I
even like
love it.
seeing pictures of them like laying on the floor.
What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Presley's
got
We got
something.
another fact here. Mike.
Broden is wrong.
Mike,
Get the microphone.
I'm wrong.
Okay,
Bullshit.
Broden's wrong. It's
Check your
62
sources.
miles, and it's called the Von Karman line.
oh, that sounds really
Did you
familiar.
say 62?
Yep.
Holy shit, close enough. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm good guess, buddy.
12 miles off.
Brain guy, you got to be closer than that.
Brain
We'll
guy.
give or take 2 miles
Oh,
We're stripping your title.
stripped. But yeah, 3 million shipwrecks. So like when I see a picture online, if I'm scrolling through Twitter or something, and I see like a green picture with all the moss and stuff around like the hull of a ship, I get like nervous
or like
Why?
some big ass fish.
because it's
swimming
like
through
I put myself in the shoes of a scuba diver in it,
I was there.
Yeah.
I was almost there.
and it's like I don't know what's in here.
I think that's the cool part.
No, I think
No.
that's what makes me poop in my scuba suit.
it. Yep.
Not me.
That's what makes me put out shark sugar.
Shark sugar.
Shark sugar. So for the
That would have been so much better if you landed it.
listeners that are listening,
Watchers that are watching.
yeah, shark sugar is when you shit yourself in the water,
I like that.
and
It's
it,
true.
It attracts sharks. But so I was only the open water test away from being a certified scuba diver. Not
I feel
lying.
like that's the main thing you have to pass, the
Yeah.
open water test.
Oh yeah, but you still have to pass for the written test, and you have to. I went through a little pool
Anyone can pass a written test.
Yeah, sure, anyone can. Yeah, but you still have to go. I was in the pool. They got to monitor your oxygen intake to make
Where
sure.
were you? Why did you want to be a scuba diver?
Here? I don't know. Me and my mom were doing it, just for something to do.
Where at here? Like the YMCA?
No, at the pool at the college.
Huh.
So we took because this was
college.
You serious?
I assume they have
Yeah.
college swimmers and divers.
Not here.
Not here.
I assumed wrong.
Anyway, so there used to be a scuba shop here in Minot. And so we took the written test there, and then we took a little water test here at the college to where you'd have to go through and practice putting on your safety gear and what happens if your goggles fall off or if your mouthpiece comes out, and then you got to grab your spare mouthpiece and this and that. And then the last part of the test to get certified was to take an open water test, which would have been Sakakawea. But we didn't want to go to Sakakawea because there's no water clarity. It's too dark. So we're going to go to Mexico
scary.
and do it. Maybe. I don't know. If that's what you think is scary. Like,
I'm scared of the dark.
if you're scared of the
I
dark,
could
that's fine. You're
definitely
scared of the
see
dark.
that.
And I'm scared of the dark underwater even more than I'm scared of the regular dark.
Regular dark.
Okay, well, if I was
Wet
diving deep enough,
Regular and wet dark.
regular and wet dark.
Like,
If I was deep
even
enough in the
thinking about it
water,
right now.
yeah. I mean, that would psych me out.
Absolutely. Going deep enough to where there's no light.
Going deep enough to where 200 feet above me, water. 200 feet to the right of me, water. 200 feet to the left of me, water. 200 feet under me, water.
Probably more than that.
And it's dark.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Crying.
You
So
remember?
dark.
You remember in that Chernobyl documentary?
Yes.
I mean, they weren't even in water, and their Geiger counters were flipping out, and then their flashlights died. That would make me shit myself.
That's for a
Did you
different
watch
day.
that?
but
Did you watch
yes.
that Chernobyl documentary on HBO Max?
No, I should though.
So sick.
But
No,
like,
that's to be discussed about later.
That's top 3 documentaries I've ever seen in my life.
but even the point when you're like, there's a pool that, but it's past 11, so it's closed and the lights are off. It's
I
not
don't
great.
mind that.
No, I don't
know
mind
in
it.
a
I don't
pool-
mind it, but it's like that's where it starts getting. It's like, okay, water's dark.
In a pool?
I'm not saying I'm scared of that. Don't pigeonhole me there, but that's the closest I can say to like a regular occurrence.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. But have you ever
Flood
you
water in your
you
basement,
never went,
2011?
like, swimming at like Sakakawea or Rice Lake when it's dark out?
Try not to.
Try not to. I'm cool with it.
So I'm thinking this, like 2011, it flooded, obviously. Pretend it's like 12 o'clock at night. You look in your basement. I guess you guys didn't get flooded. I don't know if you did.
I did. Yeah.
You look in the basement and it's like the whole thing's water, gross, dark water, and it's dark outside. Let's say you go scuba diving that. I would hate that so much.
Really?
Oh, terrible amount.
If it flooded, I wouldn't care. But like if I was at Lake Sakakawea, like in the middle of the big part where it's like 200 and some feet deep.
I'm terrified of the unknown. I'm starting to learn during this podcast.
Learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah. No, that's what it is though. Like for me, like that's why I would never go like on a cruise or something like that. Just for the small chance that like you guys it gets stranded
Capsizes.
or it
Yeah.
capsized or something.
Or
And
never drive a stick
You're
shift.
in the middle of the ocean and there's miles of water underneath you, and you can only see
Yeah.
like 500 feet down or something like that.
Not
And
even.
below that,
Way
There's
less
like-
than that.
5 maybe.
is it
Yeah.
what is it like 200 feet
Of
visible
visibility?
light? Yeah.
I guess it depends on if the sun's shining or not, but if we're being honest.
Nice.
But if you're in Sakakawea, the visibility is like a foot in front of your face.
yeah.
I mean, if you're anywhere else, maybe it's 4, 5.
Yeah.
Depends.
I hate water, bro.
So
yeah.
I mean, when I was in Mexico last year, I mean, you could see for a good while.
I would think I'd rather burn to death than be like strap a cinder block to my foot and throw me in a lake.
Yep. I'm
Kinda the same.
with you.
No,
They say so. People that I've heard stories or read them anyway of people that have drowned and then got resuscitated,
Mhm.
got brought back to life. That while they were drowning, the water in their lungs, it felt like they were burning from the inside because of the pain that it felt inside their lungs of their lungs being filled with water.
fuck.
Which
2 birds
I mean,
stoned at once, on fire and you're drowning.
both
Yeah.
sucks. I mean, everything about
both
both
sucks.
horrible.
Dying
Put
sounds
that
not
at the
great.
bottom of the list of ways to die.
Yeah.
Like, please don't die like that, me.
Sounds like ass. The largest blue whale on record is 108 feet long. So maybe it was that sea serpent they saw.
Blue whales, dude. And blue whales are the largest animals ever on Earth. That's a fact. Bigger than any dinosaur.
Really?
Yes.
They're big as fuck.
They are huge. Dude, it takes like a lot of African elephants to be able to equate to a blue whale.
But what about
What a weird measurement. You know how
I
many
want-
African
dude,
elephants
I
it takes
don't-
to get to a blue whale?
I'll put out a number, but I think it's like
7?
10.
Oof.
10
That's close.
in
10
weight.
elephants?
In weight.
Well, yeah, weight. But what about in size in general? Like, I'm thinking
I'm
about like
still-
the Tyrannosaurus Rex. the Rex.
No, it is way bigger than the T-Rex.
Okay.
I'm
T-Rex was hairy.
feathers.
Feathers.
Are you serious?
Just found that out.
They think that all dinosaurs, like, or not all, but like a large majority of them had feathers like an ostrich or like an emu.
Which makes them so less scary.
No shit.
makes them scarier. Birds are fucking fucked.
Birds are kind of scary, but not as
Yeah.
scary as like the ocean.
Definitely not.
The Bermuda Triangle. Let's get into that a little bit.
Yeah, here we go.
The Bermuda Triangle. Let's get into that. It's also known as the Devil's Triangle. Did you know that? Because I just learned that 2 hours ago. researching this.
Believable.
Anything named after the devil is probably not great.
Mm-mm.
An urban legend. An urban legend focused on a loosely defined region in the western part of North Atlantic Ocean where a number of aircraft and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances, obviously. Did you know that it's not even like there's not an influx of ships and planes that have went missing in that area compared to any
The
other
rest.
area?
Okay. Really?
They
Yeah.
just decided to say, this place is
Apparently they just pigeonholed it after old Amelia went ghost riding her ship into the Bermuda
Plain, but yeah.
airship.
Sure.
That's one celebrity that like I hate.
Amelia Earhart.
What's
What's wrong with her,
Why
in your
don't
opinion?
Yeah, why what do you mean why hate?
I don't know. She just bothers me. That whole story bothers me. I don't think she's real.
But Helen Keller is?
Helen Keller's not real either.
Hang on.
That's a different box of frogs.
What are we talking about here?
Tell
Let's
me, do you
focus
think
on
Helen
Amelia-
Keller flew a plane?
Helen Keller flew a
Absolutely
plane?
not.
She's blind
Google
and
it.
deaf.
Yeah, and she flew a plane apparently.
Bullshit. Whoever told you that is dumb as hell.
Producer on it. It happened allegedly, which I disagree.
Dude, I can fly a plane with my eyes closed and my ears cut off too, but it doesn't mean I really flew the fucking plane.
I can't wait to just stick this one to you guys when she finds this.
Do it. You
No,
can stick it to
yeah,
me, but
you
I'm
can-
gonna still look at you like, what the fuck
No,
are you
no,
talking
no,
I'm
about?
on your side. I don't think it's true.
No,
But it's
here's
on
the
Google
thing.
as
You
true.
could sit in the pilot seat and say, I flew the plane. Did you really fly the fucking plane though? Did you
I mean-
really take the fucker off and land it? Did you fly it?
If she's the only one in the plane, I don't think it's a remote control Cessna.
If she's the only one in the plane, I promise you it would have
If
went
she's the
4
only
feet off the ground and 12 feet into the dirt.
yeah. That's what
There's
I mean.
not a chance.
I could be on the plane and a pilot takes it off. And then I get up there 5 minutes later after we're cruising
He jumped.
and I sit in there and I go, yeah, I fly the plane.
I get that, guys. I'm on your side. I don't know why we're arguing about this. I think she's a fake human.
I would
No, I don't know. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying she flew a plane.
What she did is fake.
I'm not saying she
Everything.
is fake.
All of it. Fake.
No.
Millionaire.
She's a real person,
Okay, I mean,
but she definitely didn't fly. a
I've
plane.
never met her.
Whoever
so
told
sure
you that
enough.
is just reaching for.
Nobody told
much.
me. I didn't have like a professor come up to me and say, Helen Keller flew a plane.
What do you got?
Go ahead.
Mike. Gotta keep in
Okay,
mind.
this says in 1946, Keller and a companion traveled to Europe to speak on behalf of the American Foundation
What do you mean speak? She can't do that.
for the overseas blind. It was during this flight that Keller took control of the plane. Interviews with the pilot and crew reveal an incredibly confident woman flying a plane steadily and calmly.
If I pressed autopilot and sat there, it would be pretty steady and calm
They didn't
too.
have autopilot then.
Yeah.
They barely had Orville and
Redenbacher.
It
Orville,
also
right?
says
The popcorn.
that she flew the plane for 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah. I could fly a plane for
20 minutes. See?
It would take me 20 minutes to reach.
Broden,
the
we
ground.
get it. You're a god. You can fly a
No,
plane.
that's what I'm saying.
I can
you
do that
could
next
too.
week.
You could do it too. Anybody could.
Oh, for sure.
If our
If
friend
a
Noah
blind
Tate
and
can do
deaf,
it.
yeah, especially if Noah could do it. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So the Bermuda Triangle was officially named or came about, that name came in 1964 from a guy that wrote it in a magazine. And it is actually not recognized on any maps or by any organizations that it's a real thing. Like it's not like they don't really even have the outline of where it's at. They just have a general idea of where people say it's at. So
I guess
that I
it
didn't
makes
know.
sense after you say like as many.
Also, this baffled me too. It sustains heavy daily traffic by sea and air.
The triangle.
People just rip through it.
They're just like, oh, we gotta go.
They don't give a
We
shit.
gotta go. We gotta go.
I just, in my brain for the last 23 years, thought that
Untouched.
you go around it.
Yeah.
Because you know better.
Me too. Until right now, when you just
Yeah,
said that, I was
exactly.
thinking that's hollowed ground. You don't touch
Yeah.
that.
I'm
shit.
thinking the water's gray, sky's gray over there. Like, it's
It's all
just
just
scary.
clouds and lightning.
You fly by and you're like, oh, there's the whole
Can't
devil's
go in
triangle.
Well, it's just like when you were like 8 and you first learned
Quicksand.
about tornadoes.
Oh,
Yeah, tornadoes and quicksand.
Terrifying.
You thought they were going to be the biggest problem in the world. And
Like-
then you got to real life and you're like, never seen one of those ever.
like, man, am I going to have trouble with quicksand later?
Oh, the quicksand's
You're
the
never going to
biggest
see
one.
it. You're never going to see it, man. I think Scooby-Doo led me astray there.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't ever say that ever again.
But yeah, it's literally one of the most heavily traveled shipping lanes in the world, the Bermuda Triangle.
It's serious.
And I was like, that pisses me off.
It does piss me off.
Reading that, I was like,
We spent like 3 months on that in 5th grade.
Yeah.
you
Learning
know how
about that
exciting
shit.
it is thinking it's terrifying? And now there's just regular, everyday
People
Joes just
run
like,
through there.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
this
Helen
thing-
Keller can do it, we definitely could.
yeah. Oh, God.
Because
I
she
hate
can't
that.
even see.
Literally okay, so they don't know how many ships or planes went down, but I want you guys to guess what you think the estimate is
Can we get
for the
a
number of
time?
ships and the number of planes
Like
we get a
all
time
together or like each?
forever. Whatever your time is,
Like both like
give me a
ships
number.
and planes?
Give me a number for each, or you can give me a total.
Total, I'm going to say 25.
For both?
Yeah, for both.
He said a low anchor there for you, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Can we get a time frame?
He
Sure.
said ever.
Sure, 1703 to 2022.
I'm gonna say 38 ships and 48 planes.
50 ships, 20 planes. You guys are actually a lot closer. I thought it was like thousands.
I did too until we talked
So why'd
about
you
it,
throw
right?
a 25 at me?
Because
Give me
you were
your
just
first-
telling me about like people go through it all the fucking time.
Throw me a bone here. Throw me 1,000. Give me a 1,500 planes.
25. So what'd you say?
That's
it was?
ridiculous.
50 ships, 20 planes, most common estimate, which is stupid. Like
70 total.
70 in the
Well,
last.
What was the one that just went down like a couple years ago? Was it last year?
In the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, wasn't it?
I don't remember hearing about it.
No, I remember reading about it. I didn't write it on here, but there was two
Where do you research?
two military things went down. There's a plane that went, or not a plane. There was a ship that went down in the Bermuda Triangle. I want to say it was 4 or 5 years ago, and then a plane, like a group of planes, went down.
It was Malaysia. It was a Malaysia
That
flight.
wasn't.
That's not the Bermuda Triangle though.
That wasn't it.
Malaysia Flight 370.
Yeah. That wasn't it.
It
That was
not.
like in the like Indian Ocean, something like
That's
that.
close enough.
Yeah.
Across the world.
Why not?
Close
It-
enough.
It was in the water. 70% of the ocean.
It's all.
It's
that's
there.
that's actually what I want to talk about. Well, it should be one ocean.
It's all the ocean,
It's all connected.
They shouldn't have named. It should be the ocean.
except it's different colors. So-
Yeah, but like even people are like, it doesn't mix. I'm like, I don't care. If I can swim from one side to the other. If I
all the
put
same.
oil and water in my bathtub, it's still my bath.
Yeah. I mean, you're fucked
Yeah.
for doing it, but yeah.
It's really weird
Yeah.
that I have that
why you
much
do it.
oil.
Yeah.
Why do you have 15 gallons of olive oil? Let me show you
I
some.
love
Olive
baths.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
what I was,
baths.
I was thinking vegetable oil, olive oil.
Should be crude oil or something.
Well,
Like,
I
yeah,
don't just
motor
have
oil.
I don't have an
Yeah.
endless supply of crude oil.
It's a lot easier to get that much like
Vegetable
motor
oil?
oil
No, it's
than
not.
it is. It's a lot cheaper.
I'm a stone's throw away from Marketplace. I'll go buy out all their vegetable oil.
And you'll spend a lot more doing that than you would at a.
We're not talking price. We're talking about accessibility.
I would still say probably motor oil.
What else you got on there? What are we talking about here?
Scary things in the ocean.
All of it.
I put this down as my own note. Rusted ships and old shit. I don't like. I don't.
I think that's sick.
Oh,
I
I
think that
hate
is so cool. If I could scuba down there and be able to see it, I think that is fascinating.
I hate.
What a take
I hate.
on the ocean, and you're gonna put it on rusted ships and old shit.
Yeah, it's so.
That is by far the most easy thing to look at in the ocean.
No,
Yes.
rusted chips and old shit. But like, if there's like a wooden,
If there's like a fucking 250-foot long octopus, you're gonna be like, I'll go to him instead of the ship.
no. I'm saying like there's a play set of a child's in the ocean just sitting down there.
What?
A little spooky.
So what?
Like a play set, swing set, jungle gym.
That's
and
not
it's in
down there.
That's
I'm
not-
just saying that's old shit that's been down there for a while. What if it's there? That's
But
play
it's
set?
not there though.
Yeah, we're not talking about a playset. I'm talking about like finding an old ship. I want to find doubloons. I want to find a treasure chest down there.
Yeah,
I
but
think
They
that
would tell
be
me finding
wild.
the Titanic down there is scarier than finding like a 250-foot long octopus, like the Kraken.
is the octopus moving?
100%. It's a real
Yes.
thing. I just said it was a real thing.
Yeah, but I'm talking like inanimate objects right now.
They're
Okay,
inanimate.
well-
Why, what are you afraid of? They're inanimate.
Yeah.
That the unknown, man. We talked about this. The Titanic, if I look at that big, massive ass ship and I'm just sitting there, this little pea-sized thing next to it, that's like, you're like, oh God, what's in there?
You are just wired differently.
I'm a pussy when it comes to the ocean, is what I am.
Apparently.
I
Sure.
am too, but like that's the least of my worries is in sucking ship.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess we're different people.
I'd want
Like
to.
I'm terrified of the bottom of the ocean
I'd wanna
or like
explore.
what's underneath me, but a sunken ship is definitely at the bottom of
So
my
here's-
terrifying list.
Here's my hypothetical. You are scuba diving, swimming at the bottom of the ocean. You don't see anything. You start swimming, and now as your light is starting to hit this thing, you look up and it's just a massive ship.
I'm gonna say thank
Cool.
God it wasn't the Kraken.
Yeah, it could be anything else.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at him and say, "Oh, it's not a fucking shark or some shit."
Yeah.
Not saying, I guess. Well, I mean, I'd be terrified of both. I'm not saying I'm not scared of a giant octopus, but I'm just saying that ship's making me scared.
No,
Why?
it's
I don't
just
know
gonna
why.
sit
I
there.
just don't like
I
it.
just,
It's just gonna
everyone's,
sit there.
everyone's got their thing. Sure. If that,
Yeah.
if that freaks you out,
That's what it's gonna
fine.
do.
I'm,
It's
I'm
gonna
not going to
sit
press
there.
you about it.
There's
I'm
a
just
phobia
saying.
of
Big things.
no fear of the ocean, but that too. Big things in the ocean. There should be a phobia for that.
There is. You know, I'm
Big
pretty
dumb
sure.
things. There should be a phobia
That's
for that.
not
And
dumb.
you just created it.
Man, what's living in that abandoned ship? That's what I'm thinking.
It's
Probably
not the
nothing.
Kraken.
Probably nothing.
Whirlpools. What are they? Why are they a thing?
It's a difference in pressure, temperature in the water.
Where do they go?
Same as tornadoes, except in the water. They don't go anywhere.
But like, if I get sucked into one, where do
You
I
just
go?
get shot out the bottom and you come up
Yeah.
100 yards that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I have a question mark on it because I wasn't sure if I was scared of it because I wanted to ask you guys.
That's how we start judging your notes now. Am I scared of this?
just asked, yeah. Am I scared of this? Let me hear your thoughts.
Well, I want to know how they work before I'm scared of it.
It's underwater tornado. It's a whirlpool. We,
Don't use the word tornado. I might get more scared.
Yeah,
we make them in the pool at the
international end.
Yeah, but they're so much bigger in the ocean.
Right. But like
Yeah,
you get
the
sucked down to
ocean.
the bottom of one. If you can hold your breath long enough, you'll be all right.
Do we know that? Because the difference in
Do
pressure,
we know that?
the difference in pressure could pop your
It's gonna-
skull.
See, now you're making me a little bit more scared of whirlpools.
Exactly, because you could get sucked. Have you ever heard of buds? I'm pretty sure that's what it's
Ben's
called.
disease.
Huh?
Ben's.
Bends? Yeah. When you
Yes. You go
scuba
down
divers-
too far and then you get
It's when you
sickness.
come up too fast.
Yes.
The gases in your joints and blood expand too quickly.
So essentially it would be that. So you get sucked down in this whirlpool.
How far down do you go though? That's the
How big's the whirlpool?
exactly. It all depends.
We don't know.
If it's the size of like a top that I spin on my table,
It's not a whirlpool.
then it's in
That's
your,
a
then
that's
it's
a
in your
little
sink.
toot.
Yeah, what?
You know when you do dishes and then the whirlpool starts over the drain?
Yeah.
That's the size I'm thinking. Or is it the size
That's
of a
not
ship?
a whirlpool.
No, dude, this
Yeah,
thing
the
would be
ship.
the size
That's
of
What
a
is it
ship.
called?
Oh,
In
what?
my sink, if that phenomena happens.
It's
Your sink draining. That's what it's called.
No.
Yes.
I think it's a whirlpool for ants.
could be. Yeah,
Sure.
For ants, yeah.
Good. I'm glad if you're
I don't know if
happy
you
with
know this,
that,
but we're
I'm
bigger than
glad to.
ants. So yeah.
Most.
All.
I hope all.
I hope. Yeah, dude, fuck the ocean. If there's ants bigger than us, that's the most scary thing on the planet.
It's true.
Chimera ants.
Great Blue.
Stop.
The Great Blue Hole of Belize. I'm sure you guys have seen pictures of that.
Belize.
Yeah.
Is that South America?
Yep. It's pretty much a giant sinkhole, 410 feet
Giant
deep.
blue hole. Super cool.
Super cool to look at from like the sky.
How far deep?
410 feet.
Fuck that.
Literally, like, it's cool when you see like drone pictures or like pictures from planes or like
Or just not being there and seeing pictures.
or like people that fly.
Worry about it.
But like being above it, I'd feel like, oh, there's so much water below me.
Yeah. That's
What's-
what. Well,
People say it used to be a cave, and then as time went
Filled
on,
with water?
it got filled up. Yeah.
hold up.
Yeah, fuck that.
Pretty much the
that's-
same thing.
So I was in Mexico a few years back.
Yep.
And we swam in these they're called cenotes, but basically it's just underground caves that eventually got filled with water.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in this one. And like you could see down like 15 feet, crystal clear, like clean water. But there's this dark spot. And I was like, I asked the tour guide, I was like, hey, like what's down there? Like it's really dark. And he goes, oh, that probably goes like 200, 300 feet down.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, and you put me in this shit, huh? And I was like, what the fuck is down there? He goes, there could be alligators and shit. Immediately
Alligators?
got the fuck out.
alligators can't go that deep.
Well, we don't know that.
Us
you-
three don't. Someone knows it.
I believe
Well,
they probably
when the
could.
tour guide tells me there could be alligators down there, my body is not in that pool of water anymore
No,
because I pooped.
I was doing the same thing when I was in Mexico. It's very easy to tread water in 10 feet of water.
Yep.
When you get over one of those cenotes, once you're sitting over 100 feet, it gets pretty hard
when
to
you
tread
look
water.
down, like it's like all clear. You see little fishies and shit, and then you're like, "What's the black part?" And he says, "300 feet down, there's alligators and shit." I'm gonna say,
So
good.
terrified. You guys are making my skin crawl right now.
It's freaky.
I'm not kidding.
It's
There
so
was
freaky.
a little turd in that pool after he told me that.
See if the fear of oceans, especially, is thalassophobia.
It is.
Is it?
Already looked
Wow, brain guy
Already looked it up.
stolen. Thalassophobia. I have that shit for
Thalassophobia.
large bodies of water.
large bodies. Okay, so it's for large
Same-
bodies of water.
Yeah.
Let's get into the Mariana Trench and wrap this up because I'm sure people are about ready to cut their ears off at this point.
We don't know
It's
that.
their fault.
Deepest part of the ocean, Mariana Trench.
Do we
It's
know
about
that?
7 miles. Yes, we do know that. It's about 7 miles deep, and it is
30,000,
located
35,000 feet.
36,000 actually. Located in the South Pacific Ocean. 7 miles. That's deep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about it, like imagine driving 7 miles and they're just going, that's the deepest part.
Like, all right, we're here. We're at the bottom.
And it took you 7 minutes to go that far at 60. Yeah. Fuck.
7
Imagine
minutes?
imagine getting 4 miles and then forgetting a phone charger.
down in the Mariana Trench.
Go at the top, and then you're like, gotta go back up and then back down again.
Dude, that's nuts.
They so it's deeper than the highest mountain, Everest.
29,000 feet.
Yep, it was pinpointed in 1875. They found the Mariana Trench.
Holy shit.
It's
That's
so
a long
weird
time
that
ago.
people discover things that far back.
Yeah. And
Because you just picture them as dumb people.
like
Yeah.
philosophers.
But like anything before 1900, I picture is like
I'm
you
with
only
on that.
have like
it's like
a sword on your hip and like weird outfits and big hair.
yeah, it's like,
How do you
what do
know?
you really know?
Yeah, it's like
you're
how
just a
could you
dummy.
find that?
Yeah.
Like you don't have nothing.
Like I
To
need to see
be
their
a-
blueprint of finding that.
Right. Well, dude, like imagine that, like being down there and there's 7 miles of water on top of you. Like how much pressure is that?
So
know what I
much
mean?
that they had
lot.
9-inch thick glass on the thing that went down there.
9 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I
Some
saw
would say
pictures.
that's more than enough.
Yeah, I'd say you'd probably only need like 4 inches of glass, but 9-inch thick glass, and I don't even think there was a person in it. I think they just shot it down. It's called the Challenger.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it went better than the spaceship Challenger.
Way better. Way better.
Yeah,
Thank God.
that blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He knew that.
Well, that's
he knew
what-
that one.
Yeah, I knew that one. But I'm pretty sure the one that they put down in the trench, I'm pretty sure they had to have it filled with very strong rods, like steel rods, like shooting all different places to be able to handle the pressure that was condensing it.
I
To
think
keep it
that's a
from
crazy
capsizing.
phenomenon that you go underwater and shit just starts
I
crushing.
mean,
you.
it makes
That's
sense.
so crazy.
Because you have all the air pressure plus
It doesn't though.
7 miles
It
of
does.
water on top of you.
It's weight.
It's and then you have the earth
gravity.
pulling
It's
it all towards the center. Yeah, it makes perfect fucking sense.
Oh, I hate that. Why?
Yeah, I hate it, but it's real.
And then you imagine the things that can live down there. Like Imagine the things that live at the
And
bottom
thrive.
of the very mountain.
So how far down do I have to swim in like a lake to start feeling pressure on me? I wonder.
Probably like
50 feet.
Yeah, it's
Really?
not that much.
Yeah, like,
Where,
like when you're scuba diving, you learn how to pressurize your body as you get deeper because you can feel it in
you
your
have
ears.
to plug your nose and blow in your nose.
Yeah.
To like equalize the pressure in your ears and brain and shit.
And then you think about free divers going down like hundreds of feet.
On ropes.
Yeah.
Or just diving down there, not even with a rope or nothing.
So what about when my ears pop on a plane?
Same thing. Same concept.
It's just
But it
less-
should be less weight.
Depressurizing.
Okay.
It's
So
depressurizing.
Oh, so that's why they depressurize a cabin. When
That's
you
why
go-
like
okay.
people tell you to like chew gum if you're taking off and shit like that.
Yeah, I think Trident's telling you that.
It's all just a big.
I-
It's a
hoax.
marketing
I
ploy.
fucking hate
Yeah.
Trident though.
Chew Trident. Save your ears.
if you
If
And
don't
that brings
chew
us
Big
to our
Red.
sponsor, Trident Layers.
yeah, if you ever want to.
Athletic Greens. Yeah, so that's pretty deep. Someone has traveled to the bottom of it. Scientist Jacques Piccard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh earned the distinction of being the first people to reach the Challenger Deep in a deep boat. Happened in 1960.
Holy shit.
All the way
I
to the
would
bottom?
never have guessed people
I don't know.
went
I don't.
down there in
I read that
1960.
and I like, didn't believe it.
I'm not.
I don't know
sure.
if I'm 100% on board
No,
with that.
to be honest, I would have thought we went to the moon before we went to the bottom of the Marianas Trench. And that was 9 years difference.
It's Mariana. There's no S. I just
It's
want to let you know.
Marinara. As far as I'm concerned, I don't give a
It's
shit.
Mariana's a person. It's her trench. It's Mariana's
Mariana-
trench.
Now we know.
She found it.
But like still, like,
She's
I
the
would
mermaid.
think we would have went to the moon before. 1960, huh?
Yeah, 1960.
Did they go to the bottom?
It says that allegedly, kind of like how Helen Keller flew a plane.
I'm not buying
Ooh,
that.
now
That's
when you-
I don't. That's so deep.
When you
It
put
is.
that in there, like Helen Keller flew a plane, they went to the bottom of the trench. I'm gonna say nope to both.
They're on the same playing field, I'd say.
Yep.
Temperatures range from 34 degrees to 700 degrees down there.
Technology.
Celsius, Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Enough to burn that shit off.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, hard pass.
That's what happens when you get down there.
700 degrees. So apparently I didn't read really far into this, but there's some shit that shoots out of the rocks and stuff that's like 700 degrees. Probably what you were talking about earlier.
Gas and magma and shit.
Schmegma.
Yeah. So that's pretty hot. And it's also not that cold though. 34 degrees. I guess that's like right above freezing temp though.
Yeah,
Well, it's the coldest water you could get.
about there. Yeah,
33, probably be a little bit colder. But
32.1 would be a little bit colder.
the ocean. That's what we got for the ocean. That was
Something.
I don't know.
I'm surprised we
Oh,
didn't get more into
There's a lot, but I didn't know really what to put on there. You know,
deep water animals of the ocean. Shit like that.
There's so much though, but it's almost one of the things where you have to see pictures of it, so it's hard for people listening to.
Yeah,
Because if we talk about a
for sure.
spiral backed blue guppy or whatever the hell they're
Blue
called,
whales.
it's like, okay, what does that really mean?
Yeah. Or what's that thing that's got the anglerfish? It's got that little light, in front of it.
Yeah.
That's the one I was looking for actually.
Yeah, the anglerfish.
I call
Those
that the.
Oh, like in Finding Nemo.
I was just
Yep.
to say I call it the Finding Nemo
Yep.
fish.
Yeah, I mean shit like that. I mean, like things have to survive and live at that depth, and it's remarkable
And-
that they're
yeah.
able to.
And like they pull those fish out of there, like the fish that live way down below light, and they pull them out. And they're like fucking clear.
Yeah, because they don't get any light
Yeah,
because they have nothing. Yeah, there's nothing
That
to
is nuts.
adjust the pigment of their bodies. Shit like that, you can see through them.
Yeah.
crazy.
So that's the episode 5 on the ocean. We are off to Vegas in the morning. So when you guys are listening to this, we'll be hopefully in a casino somewhere.
and up a lot of money. And if I'm not, you guys are gonna have to start paying to listen to this shit.
That's down the road. Episode 5. Thank you guys for listening.
Appreciate it.
Leave a review.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. We'll read your comment on episode 6. We'd love some comments. Give us like 15 comments. That'd be great. Appreciate you guys listening, watching. And that is episode 5 on the ocean. We're out.